It is October 10, 2023, and I am telling you that killing of people is not from God. It's people that kill people. And I am against all kind of killings, uh, even in prison, also to kill a person. No, we are not God, so we should not kill, and that's what it told us. You should not kill, and or murder, or make suicide. It's the same thing, because you kill yourself in that way. And I wanted to talk today about this. I have this nightmare, and if there have been more people listen at that episode, because many people target the negative, so they have listened at that chapter because it's for them is it interesting, because they pull themselves to negative things. But it is never negative when I recording something. I only told you that what had happened when God wanted me to see hell and understand, and I don't have the answer about that cafe that my husband was in, and I was there also. And but I'm thinking and wondering what is that cafe, or a bar. It was like drinking beer, and of course he stopped there because he loved to be in a bar and drinking. So he never come to go to, and see hell. He never told me that he was there, but he said that he had been to that cafe that I also had a dream about, and the same cafe. So in my mind, I'm wondering, because we have to see it symbolic in the spirit way that God wanted us to see. Why didn't we come immediately to hell? Why was there like a place where you rest and talk to friends and drinking? Between this world and hell, what was it about? Because I didn't stop there. I saw how it looked like, but I walked immediately to the other door on the other side of the cafe and went out to hell. I didn't know I should come out to hell, but I did. And and it's symbolic about it. My husband wanted to sit down and drinking and talking to these people, and he didn't care about the spirit world, and he didn't. In reality, he was not interested. He was in this church style, that Nazarene church, and then he left because no one come and visit him when he was in the hospital, and I have the same experience that those from the Mormon church. They never come and visit me when I was in a hospital. And it was the first time I was in a hospital. They come and check me out and should take care of the kittens. I have 18 kittens in my home, and but they let them die. They didn't do anything to help those the cats I had. And so it was no idea that they come into my home when they then didn't treat my animals if it's happened something, if they go sick. And so they never come and talk to me in the hospital or did anything for me. But I have not left them because I'm interested of my DNA. But my husband did that because he felt like they didn't care for him, and he have been the one that have drive their van and pick up people to the church, and they treat him like that. So I am not the only one that have the experience of bad churches. And so I think I need to think more about this with a cafe that is between the world and hell. And that expected to come to know hell. That I don't think like I should go to hell forever, but I needed to know what it was. And it was this with a nightmare I had. And I wake up in this night. I could fall to sleep again because it was nothing. But I was laying there and was thinking, if the nightmare come with Israel, the war that started. And then I checked the date, and you can do that also, that it was in the night when it started in Israel. It was the first night when they were in war. And I understand it now, why I had this nightmare. It was because it was open. The door to hell had been open. And of course, it's a hell for people that live there in Israel and around there, because it's not only that is the war in Israel, but there is also earthquake have going on in that area. So it's some like target, Middle East, from I don't say God, from afterlife in what they have done. And those earthquakes should not be so very bad and kill so many people if they have real houses in those countries. But they are like fragile bricks that they built, and they steal. Often they steal the money when they built the houses, so they built it very cheap. And when the earthquake is coming, there is few buildings that is made to stand up against earthquake. So that in that way is it the people that have done that. It's not God, because they could build houses that don't fall apart when it comes an earthquake. So that is not an excuse you can do and blame it on God, because that's human that decide what they want to build, and they want those that built those houses, they keep the money in their pocket and built it very cheap. So it is like I got the signal. I got this nightmare to tell me that hell is open. Hell is open now. That's why it become like that. And now when I'm talking about it, now I know the reason why I was in hell. Because I should know these beings that was on me in hell, because they are here now. It was not about in that time when I was to hell. It is about the time that is today, that hell have start to be open. So we will see much worse. And they talking today like it was the same thing in 2014, they say. But that is that they don't understand, and they don't know the spirit things behind it. It's a spirit war now. And it's going into people's mind from both sides to kill people, to destroy. It must be very much hate. And I know there is a hate about Israel. It's an occupied area, they say, and they be angry when they called it God's country. And Israel is not God's country. I have talking about that before. It's a nation, and the nation is about people. The nation can't stand on its own. It needs people inside that. And the country is something people have make up because they have split up this planet in pieces. That is countries. And that is not what God had in his mind and wanted it to be. But nation is people. And so those Israel nation can live all over this planet. They doesn't need to live in the country Israel, and that is Israel is the ancestors from Jacob. It's the people from Jacob line. It's the DNA from Jacob, and it have not at all with the religion to do what you are in, what kind of religion or tradition you believe in. And if you don't believe in any religion, you can be Israel also. You can be Jacob. Jacob was changed his name to Israel, and his ancestor is those that is Israel. And not all, very few of them are living in Israel. They are all over the world. So it's kind of right what the Muslim are saying. If understanding this, that what have people done, and what God's will are. And we know that many of you and me too, we know that people don't do God's will. They do their own will. And they only want God to be a slave of them. They want God to do things for them, but they don't want to do anything for God. And money is the energy that make people do what they do. Greed is the big sin. So I wanted to tell you about this. For me, is it hard to say, talking about Israel like it is a holy place. It isn't. It's only a country of all kind of countries, and that is made of people. The country that God have is this planet. That is God's area, the planet. It's not one piece of the planet. So it's hard for me to say something about Israel in that way that most people are talking, because it's people. It's people. There is good and it's bad people everywhere. And I am not political person, because political is about people, what they are doing, what they decide, what they keep for themselves. That's people. And I don't want to have with them to do, because I am with God. So I think it was more I should talk about. It was this about, if believe that Jesus Christ should be the Messiah that will come back. And then he was saying this in the Bible. He's saying that he should come back in the same way he go out from this planet when he was. And then I realized that, because I heard it from heaven. They told me about it, how to think, because it's very often we think wrong, in the wrong direction. Because if coming back, if Jesus Christ is coming back, then he should be on the cross. Because on the cross he was the human that died. And he didn't die the full of him. He go up as a spirit. He didn't go with his body. He go with the spirit. So the first is that the spirit is coming here on this planet. It will be that way. And then it will be, the cross is not to be when he's coming, but the suffering is still there. So he will come in the spirit, and he will see and hear suffering in this world. In that way, he should be coming as Messiah, and Messiah is the one that God have wanted to come down to Earth to help us on this planet. So the first is he coming in the spirit, and so you can't see him in that way. And then he's coming in what the suffering is around the world. And it will be, and it is today, very, very much suffering, than more than before. In many ways, suffering. It's not about only that bleeding on your skin, but it's also to bleeding in your heart, to have it struggling very hard for your life. And it is the second step there. Like I say, it come to me yesterday, and he will take place in all people's suffering. So he is taking place for you if you're suffering very much, because he's coming as a spirit. And in the way that people can see him coming, the Bible have it don't tell times so much, because it's one day in heaven, and then it will be like darkness should never come, but it will come here on earth. But he's coming, and people will see it in the way what take place here on earth, that they will see this healing of this planet coming all over the planet, and people are going to do action for the good, talking about the good. And that is what it should be. But then we have this enemy, and they told me in this nightmare that they have, it's open the door to hell, and they will come out now and showing their filthy faces. We don't see them like that, because they can look very beautiful, cute, sexy, talk is smooth, as I have told you. They can be the one that you always have dream about, your most beautiful dream. And when they get you, they be your worst nightmare. So it's only playing game with you to get you there. So you have to be careful, as it was a warning in the night there. So it had nothing with that I was going to hell, because it was for me to recognize them when they coming for, not this night, the night before they come, on I think it's Sunday night. You can see it on my channel. You can see what date it was I recording it. So that's what the nightmare was, to tell me that the hell have been start to be open. It have been always open, but now it's really the big ones is coming out. So there is, they have told us many warnings from afterlife to us in this podcast, and you should maybe start to listen all over again, or find those episodes where heaven is talking to us about warnings and be careful and what to do when it's going into this bad days we have here now. They have talk about the tribulation, that it should come just now. They have say that for to I maybe have this podcast for 3 years, and they have say that from the beginning, that this time will come the big wave. So I take it easy, be kindly, and prevent things. Store up what you can. It have helped me very much that I stored up from the beginning, when they told us to store up things that we need to have to survive. So God bless you.